All right, so let's do another daily quota forest walk thing here. Tomorrow's election day. You know, today's Monday. Tomorrow's election day. I didn't vote early. I don't really want to talk about the election stuff too much. You know, it's kind of like gossip about ugly people, which is what politics is, right? I don't have really anything to add to it, or much to add to it. You know, and part of the other thing is, I don't know, I'd rather improve parts of my life that I can, and focusing too much on politics has always become sort of an obsession for a lot of people, where you're not really improving your own life, you're just worried about the stuff over there, which to a large degree you can't control. But to the degree that we can, let's talk about it. So I moved up here. It's north of Houston. It's not too far from it, right? Because I've lived in Houston most of my life, and I moved out. One of the reasons was because a lot of the Democrats did take over the county level stuff. You have that Hidalgo woman, Lena, who cares? And she was some 20-something-year-old Democrat who just knows everything. And I don't know, we'll look at what happened with the mask stuff here. This is a woman who insisted on masks, insisted on business stuff. And, you know, this is more of a Democrat thing. It's certainly not just the Republican are wonderful at everything. They're really not. They haven't fought back enough. You look at the governor here. He's not running in 2020 here because it's off-year elections. Or basically, it coincides with the non-presidential congressional elections, the midterm elections. So the governor is elected in 2022. But that's basically it. So the guy that I'm not really explaining this. The point is I moved up here. One consideration was that I do like being in more Republican-y areas because they don't tend to do as much government overreach, like retarded mass stuff or let's close businesses because sniffles, you know. There's more of this attitude of whatever, well just live your life and, you know, we're not going to hassle you as much. And, you know, that wasn't the whole thing, but it's like, you know what, that place is getting a little too government-y and too busybody. And I bet a lot, and I bet pretty well, I think, on that, because here in Montgomery County, the sheriff or constable or whatever that gets elected, when the mask orders originally came in, he was like, yeah, we can't really enforce this because, you know, if a business wants to, you know, call us and say someone's not leaving because they're not wearing a mask, like, okay, we'll do that, but we're not going to proactively enforce this. The county judge, who's also not running this year, I think that's also a 2022 thing, he went on Ron Paul's show. I'll put a link on that, and he was like, yeah, this is kind of nonsense. I mean, just end this all. And so, you know, in terms of, you know, the decision to move somewhere else that's more Republican-y, hey, I'll support that, right? That's why I came here. So I'll support the people who have been less inclined for lockdowns, more skeptical of it. But that's basically it. Like, even in the town here, these are officially nonpartisan races, so you don't have an R or a D next to people's names on the ballot for the city itself. And the people in charge are obviously more Republican, but they were into the whole lockdown nonsense, too. They didn't really... I'm probably not going to vote for any of those assholes, but, you know, I think the representative here was pretty decent about it. Mentioned it a couple of times, but that's it. So I guess, you know, if you like lockdowns, I guess you'll vote for more Democrats. And, you know, if you don't like the lockdowns and the Republicans in your area are against it, that's really it. I mean, you know, I don't know what else to say. See, I don't have that much to add to it, so I guess we'll just end it there, you know.